only to the physical habits, like exercising, meditation, or something to do with your physique. It also depends. It also is on for your mental habits. Because once we create something in your mind, only then you're able to only then it is applicable on your physical body. तो आज हम बात करेंगे हम कैसे हेल्दी हैबिट्स क्रिएट करते हैं, हैबिट क्या है, और हैबिट करने के बाद इफ वी हैव इफ वी स्ट्रगल इन कंटिन्यूइंग फॉलोइंग, तो उसको वो ऑब्स्टिकल्स को हम कैसे क्रॉस कर सकते हैं. सो वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग्स, एंड in case if you have any questions, you can please put your message on the comment box. If not, immediately later on the messages will be answered. Yeah. So what is habit? Very simple thing. It is something that we do on an auto mode. We don't have to think about it. वो हम अपने आप ऐसे ही करते जाते हैं. That we have a habit. Example ले लें. उठ के हमको ब्रश करने की हैबिट है, तो वो हमको सोचना नहीं पड़ता. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to prepare. As soon as we get up in the morning, we wake up and ब्रश कर लेते हैं. That's a habit. Same thing, we have habits of hygiene habits जो होते हैं. These we cultivate during a very early age, and which is where we continue with it, and we don't have any problem in continuing. But challenges कहाँ आती है? When we when we bifurcate good habits, bad habits, we will do that also. तो जब भी bad habits होती हैं उसको बंद कैसे करें, उसको रोके कैसे, and good habits को हम push करके encourage करके बढ़ाएं कैसे? That is what we generally find little challenging situation हो जाती है. And let's talk about good habits on a very broader scale, broader range पे बात करते हैं. Good habits, we can say, reading books is a good habit, and doing something good for others is a good habit. And bad habits, so of course, smoking, drinking, any kind of addiction is a bad habit, right? I mean, people who are into it may not accept, but yes, that is bad because it is bad for your health. That's the reason we call it a bad habit. Something that doesn't make you grow, that doesn't help you grow as a person, doesn't help you in your growth as a in any profession or in personal life, is a bad habit. Now, iske liye I will also want to add that there are certain mental habits या जो हमारी आदतें होती है. Habits are nothing but आदतें, right? बहुत सारी हमारी mental आदतें हैं जो बुरी हैं, which I will call bad habits. What do we call that? कैसे उसको आइडेंटिफाई करें? एक तो the habit of worrying, चिंता करने की जो आदत है वो बुरी है, because it's not helping you. आप चिंता करते जाते हो. And there's also a small catch there. You can worry, but you cannot keep worrying. So worrying is a habit. If there is some challenge coming up, or if you see any of your close relation or any of your close person, it could be family, friends, is if you're getting concerned, if you're worrying for him or her, is okay. Worry is one thing, but you continuously keep worrying, that becomes a habit. And that is a negative habit or an unhealthy habit. Because that unhealthy habit is only creating chaos and leading one to anxiety, depression, and all those negative emotions, and then health issues come up, right? So worrying is one habit, which I feel it's a bad habit. The habit of fear, procrastination. People have that, they avoid doing things, any particular thing. Now we need to get to the root cause of procrastination, but that is one habit one has developed. So same way, we have some physical habits which are good, some mental habits that are good. Like you can always have a habit of being happy. You can grow or work on a habit, cultivate a habit of always being happy, always being stress free, always being relaxed. वो habits है जो हम cultivate कर सकते हैं, develop कर सकते हैं. We can develop these things by constant continuous effort and persistency. So we will talk how we can do that. हम अपनी अच्छी आदतों को कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, और जो नहीं अच्छी हैं और unpleasant or unhealthy habits को how we can overcome that. That's something we're going to talk about today. So let's talk about, first thing is we need to identify what is the habit, what is the core thing. हमको कौन सी आदत है? Is it anything related to your physique, body का है, you want to exercise का है, या वजन उतारना है, you want to lose your weight, or what it is. So once you identify, you need to prepare, you need to write it down. What is the habit that you want to work on, where you need to improve it, and where you need to bring it down, उसको कम करना है. So अगर suppose exercise का goal डाल दिया, okay, we generally have people, on 1st of January, they'll have their resolutions and they will want to create some healthy habits, but it all goes down towards end of the week or end of the month. That we always come across. So what is it that you can do to push yourself, motivate yourself? So very important it is that you identify what is the core habit that you want to work on, and you need to set small goals. Now, in one day or in 1 year or 1 month, you cannot expect to lose 20, 30, 40 kilos, right? So if you are having you need to have realistic goals, small goals and realistic goals. That is very important, whether it be losing weight or, getting out of addiction or cultivating good habits of being always happy or not worrying always. It could be, this stands true for everything. हर एक चीज के लिए ये सही होता है. अगर आपको कोई अच्छी आदत को बढ़ाना है तो उसके लिए भी आप रियलिस्टिक गोल कीजिए. अगर समझो कि आपका गुस्सा ऑन द स्केल ऑफ 1 to 10 is 8, राइट? 8 पे है अभी आपका गुस्सा, एंड you want to create a habit के मैं I just get rid of my anger and I become a very calm, cool person. So if you expect के वो 10 से मेरा suddenly within 1 month or 1 week 2 पे आ जाए या 1 पे आ जाए या 0 हो जाए, वो नहीं होगा. So the setting the expectancy of what you are today and what you want to achieve is very important. तो जब भी आप कोई हैबिट के लिए वर्क करना चाहते हो, बढ़ाना या कम करना चाहते हो, तो आपको रियलिस्टिक गोल डालने हैं, एंड ऑलवेज मेजर ऑन द स्केल ऑफ 1 to 10 कहाँ और कहाँ जाना है एंड किधर कितना टाइम लगेगा. डोंट आई ऑलवेज लाइक दिस फ्रेज, रोम वाज नॉट बिल्ट इन अ डे, इट टुक इयर्स, राइट? तो हम कौन से हैं, हम व्हाट आर वी आर नॉट एक्सेप्शनल, वी आर नॉट something that we are not the universe का कोई नया अजूबा नहीं है. We are not the 8th wonder or 9th wonder. We will take time to change. तो वो हमको ध्यान में रख के we have to set realistic goals. And अब now तो it is tech savvy इतना हो गया, टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी अच्छी बढ़ गई है. You have everything, for everything you have a reminder. Suppose आपने डाइट का गोल ले लिया हो, हैबिट ले लिया हो, या you want to get rid of any addiction. We'll take one. If we can take few things we'll work on today. One is exercising, losing weight, following healthy diet, right? So let's take these two. Now suppose if you want to lose weight through exercise and through eating good food, now what happens is people who are generally in that who are wanting to cultivate these habits and reach these goals, set realistic goals and also identify the triggers. What are the triggers that are causing you to gain weight, not help lose weight? Now, when I mean triggers, what do I mean? Suppose if you are wanting to cultivate a habit of losing weight through exercise and diet food, and you have a habit of binge eating. Now, what is binge eating? Binge eating is you just keep on eating without realizing क्या खा रहे हो, कितना खा रहे हो. And this happens when you're watching some very interesting Netflix या Prime Video पे कोई series चल रही है, thrillers. So what we do is we take a bowl of unhealthy junk food and we keep eating, binge eating. Your stomach is not hungry, भूख नहीं लगी है, but you're so engrossed and in that thriller में it is so captivating, you just keep eating and you don't realize. Or people have that habit of drinking Coke or soda or something, which is again only pure calories you're putting in. So if that is when you know that this is the trigger, so what you can do is do one thing is whenever you're planning to watch some thrillers or watch TV or watch television. Now television itself is an addiction, we'll come to it. So keep away these foods, keep something very light foods, junk ko to dur hi rakh do, stay away from that and don't allow yourself or tell yourself in advance that if I'm watching the series, there is no food that is going inside. So you will have to plan and you will have to bring that discipline in yourself. तो वो तो बहुत जरूरी लाना ही है. And I was talking about TV as an addiction. TV has become an addiction for many of them. Till the time they don't watch TV, they can't eat food. Now, this is especially among very small young kids. I've seen mothers, restaurants में भी चले जाओ, you will see that mother, she wants to feed the child. She wants that the family should have dinner easily. So what they will do, they will give a video game दे देते हैं बच्चे को. They'll give the mobile, the child will be watching that and the mother will be feeding. So what are we pushing the child into? That you watch TV and you eat. The child doesn't know what he or she is eating, but just spoon jata hai na. So this is the addiction that we all need to get rid of. And please, mothers, I'm telling you, I always emphasize, बच्चों के लिए, we mothers are the role models. So please ensure that when you're feeding your child, you don't make that child addicted to a video game or a television show, because the quality of information that is going is not positive. It is either the cartoons also these days are not what it used to be earlier, right? Archie and Richie, what we saw, they don't exist anymore. They have this Doraemon and all those violent cartoon films are there. So all the violence vibrations are going in the child. That's one thing if you go onto the spiritual side. But yes, even if you're seeing something that is negative or very volatile and eating your food, that the energy that food takes into your body, the energy that is generated in the body is of not good quality. This even science has proved. So both the sides you see. So TV ka addiction also, you need to see that you're not addicted to TV, right? So we talked, we spoke about exercising, healthy food, TV. These are the three important addictions, very critical addictions that generally we see people struggling to get rid of. And I will want to talk about mental addictions. As I said, the addiction to worry, the addiction to just get anxious. People have that habit of worrying, or they feel that, okay, life cannot be always good. So they will, if everything is pleasant in their life, they will still worry about something that had happened in the past, or they will start worrying about something that has not happened. So they don't have any problem in life. Life में कोई problem नहीं है, but they have that habit of worrying and creating those negative emotions. So just identify, are you falling in that category where everything outside, inside, everywhere it is fine, but you are the one who's generating those negative emotions, feelings through whatever sources, source could be anything, stimuli could be anything, but you are creating. So take that ownership that whatever is going on in my mind is my creation. Identify what is the habit that you want to stop, grow, or get rid of. Once you have the list, also I would suggest now 10th of October is a mental awareness day. So I always feel that that is the day where you think you can just reach out to somebody and help somebody lead a better life. So on 10th of October, make a pledge that this is the habit that I want to get rid of. It could be the habit of worrying. Create a positive habit of always being happy. Whatever the situation is, I will not get disturbed. Pledge yourself and write that you want to cultivate this habit. Now you have the list of habits that you want to get rid of. You have the list of habits that you want to cultivate. So how do we go about now? First thing is we need to list down what are the core things that we want and things we don't want. Now after identifying, and this I would request that you start journaling. Aap likhte jao. It could be on your iPad, it could be on your mobile, it could be on your book, whatever you're comfortable with. Because human mind, memory becomes, remembering all these things becomes a challenge at some point. So it is better that you write down, and writing down makes it, it reminds you that I've written down. So subconscious mein zyada baith jata hai. If you write something, your subconscious is always knowing that I've written down, so it's ingrained there. So what will we do? First thing is small goals. Goal setting karna hai. This is I want to get rid of. This is I want to cultivate. So whatever the habit is, give yourself the time. It cannot be overnight. Be very patient. Give yourself that time and that liberty to take things little easily, and gradually you're able to work and progress on a daily basis. So it could be a 6-month plan, it could be a 1-year plan, goal, whatever it is, but break it up into monthly, weekly, and depending on what your goal is for that particular habit, and I list it down. And on a weekly basis, see the progress. Now what happens is this progress what I'm talking about is, it may be slow. Now if it is, let's take the mental habit of not worrying. If you have the habit of worrying 24/7, it'll take a week to worry for 23 hours or 22 hours or 20 hours, right? It will take time. It can't be that on day 2 you will stop worrying for 20 years and 20 hours and only 4 hours you will worry. No, If it's a 24/7, boring is your habit, it may take 1 month to come down to 5 hours, 6 hours, or 10 hours, whatever, depending on your capacity. I'm not saying you should take longer. Depending on your capacity, you will gradually progress on what the goal has been set upon for. So once the goal is set, you need to monitor it. As I said, there are apps. Now you have apps on the phone also, right? Oh, that will remind you your eating period, intermittent fasting you have. What are you eating? You have those apps which will tell you how much of carbs you have taken, how much of water you have taken. So please make use of that technology for your health. So those apps will help you monitor and regulate. If at all you feel that you're failing or you're missing on something, those apps will help you regulate that. And review your goals on a daily basis. If not daily, twice a week review. Because what happens is, after setting the goals, we want to become perfectionists. We want to reach somewhere very quickly and within the time that we have given ourselves, which is fine. But in the process, we forget that sometimes the changes take longer time. And that point in time, we become very critical, we become very judgmental, and we bring us our own morale and motivational level down. So don't be so harsh with yourself. Be compassionate, be kind. This habit which you want to get rid of was formed over a period of years, right? So give it time. Be very, very patient. Let the progress be slow, but one step at a time. That is very important. And monitoring that step and the progress is equally important. So once you have that, so discipline is something that will help you, self-discipline, what we call. Waking up. If you have a habit of waking up late, or if you want to get into the habit of exercising and you have a habit of getting up at 9, 10 o'clock or something, try and wake up 1 hour early, because you have to work, right? People who are working will want to reach their office if it's required to reach the office. So then wake up 1 hour early, do what it is, meditation, it is exercise, whatever your goal is. Try and give that in little time, give that time to yourself, and then go ahead with your daily routine. By doing this, you will not miss on your daily routine. Plus, you are working on cultivating that good habit, right? So that is one thing. Discipline will help you progress on a daily basis. And other important thing is, you cannot compare yourself. Now, whenever if suppose two people have decided to go to a gym and lose weight or cultivate a habit of eating healthy, one person may, on the scale of 1 to 10, one may progress to 8 in 1 week or 2 weeks. The other may take little longer time. He may just progress not to 8 but to 9. So if you start comparing that 8%, 9% person on the scale of 9 will compare himself or herself with 8, he'll get demotivated. So don't do that. Compare yourself with what you were yesterday and what you are today. That's how you're going to help yourself grow and help yourself cultivate good habits, whether it be eating, whether it be exercising, whether it be thinking pattern. Any habit. It cannot be, I often, on social media, I often read people asking for suggestions that I'm going through this. Very recently in one of the group, I read a message that lady was asking that very critical illness she has, and she was asking, I need personal, based on your personal experiences, I would want to understand how will I cope up with that. So I just couldn't stop myself. I had to, sorry for that lady, because she was going through that illness and she was just panicking. I had to tell her that, see, each one has a different mental and physical capacity. So you cannot expect what happened with the other person is going to replicate with you. So, it applies everywhere, right? Whether it be a critical illness, whether it be cultivating or getting rid of habits. So same funda applies everywhere in life. Don't compare yourself. So if you are progressing at a slower pace, it is perfectly all right, but at least you're going. If you're not going anywhere, which means you're staying there and the world is going ahead. But if you're taking even one step, that is taking you in the right direction. One step in the right direction will help you progress in life and achieve your goals on time. Now, for us to do all of these things, whether it be bringing in discipline, bringing in motivation, following any schedule, setting up of goals, what we need is a growth mindset. So identify what kind of mindset you have. Now, we had one session on growth mindset and fixed mindset. Now, what is growth mindset? is the way we think when we are thinking on the lines that whatever is happening is going in the right direction, when we are very optimistic about things happening with us within and outside. When we, or if we look at things with blinkers, that what I think or what I perceive or what I feel is the right thing, what others are saying is all nonsense and rubbish and I don't need to follow, that is fixed mindset. So that will not help you grow in life. So growth mindset, when I say, you have to be optimistic, you have to be flexible, right? You have to be flexible. You cannot be rigid. That, okay, we often come across people who say, no, I will try it one time, two times. If it doesn't happen, it is not happening. So it cannot be black and white, black or white. There are gray shades in life, right? So person who sees only black and white is fixed mindset. And if you think, okay, for us to convert from black to white, we will have to go through that gray phase, is growth mindset. Very simple way to explain, So we know that if the black color has to convert into white, we keep adding white to that black color, it will become gray, and eventually one day, with the quantity of white color that we have poured in, it will become white. So when we accept the gray color or the gray shades in our life, that is when we talk about being in a growth mindset. We are flexible, we are open to ideas, we are open to suggestions. So when you are open to suggestions and you have a goal, if you have set a goal, for example, it could be your losing weight. Now, if you have decided that you want to cut down on the food intake, you have the carbs that you're taking in, you want to increase the fiber intake, you want to protein intake, you want to increase. If you think that what I have watched in a video or what I have learned through the books or through friends, I am going to follow that and I will not follow anybody else's advice, that's not going to help you, right? So you need to be open. Okay, fair enough. If the dietitian is telling me that I need to change the eating habits or the portion size, be open and take that suggestion, because that person who is suggesting is qualified to give you advice. Even if it is not a dietitian, if there is someone who is your well-wisher or your family who is suggesting you to make these few changes in your eating habits to reach your goal, go with the open mind and take the suggestions in a very positive way. They don't intend anything bad for you, right? So don't put those blinkers and always feel that people are not giving you right advice. So when you have that mindset or that way you think, that is when you will be able to achieve your goals. That is when you will be able to cultivate and sustain the good habits. See, cultivating is one thing and sustaining is very important, right? We want something, we can buy it and keep, but maintaining and sustaining is something that we really need to work on, and that comes with practice. It cannot happen overnight. So you have to work on cultivating and sustaining good things in life, whether it be the way you think, the way you eat, whether it could be the way you conduct your life. So you have to sustain. Now, for example, if you have achieved the goal of losing weight, for example, in the first 6 months, you were able to lose 6 kgs or 5 kgs. Now, if you go back to where you were earlier, you feel, okay, I've lost 5 kgs. There are 5 more which I need to lose, but I can go easy with my eating habits and I can play little easy with my exercise regime. So what will happen is you will go back. You cannot take this, you cannot take chances. You have to follow that regime and you have to be disciplined in it, right? So these things, sustaining is important. So whatever habit or whatever goal you have set, be sure that you're sustaining continuity or persistency, we say, you have to be very persistent in whatever you're doing, because only then you will get the results and these results will be good. And very important thing is, whenever you come to a situation, that you want to just give up, you can't do it, and you have tried so much and you want to give up, or you saw little result, some result coming in, little difference, and then suddenly you find that this is not helping and you want to give up. The point when you are on the verge of giving up, ask one question: whatever I've done in cultivating this habit or getting rid of this habit, we'll take example of both physical and mental, right? We'll take the physical example first. If you have been successful in losing 2 kgs in the first month, and then you've come to a saturation point and you feel, okay, I don't want to do. I come across many people, they want to just give up. Now it is not happening. We are in a standstill. Just see, where were you 3 months before and where are you today? You have seen through your own efforts, you have seen the progress, you have achieved the results. So ask yourself, write it down. Okay, I was here yesterday or 2 days back, and today I'm here. That should boost your morale. Now we go to the mental habit. You have decided you want to stop worrying and you want to be happy always. That's the habit that you want to cultivate. So suppose, for example, you tried that for 15 days. You were, you were very happy. You tried not to worry. All that happened. But on the 16th day, something happened, or some such incident or some such situation, uh, that you suddenly became very sad, dull, and you started worrying. So don't say that, okay, that 15-day phase was the rosy picture and this is what I am. Don't try to label yourself. Don't say that this is what I am and what happened was only a passing phase. No. So tell yourself, 15 days I worked on myself and I achieved. I was happy for 15 days. Now, this situation, what has come is outside. Let me not succumb to it. Let me not give up. The day you feel like giving up on something, just ask yourself, where was I a few days back and where am I today? I have progressed. It is I who have been able to achieve this. I have worked hard and my efforts have showed result. So I don't want to give up. Also, one important question you should ask whenever you feel like giving up on anything, it could be habits, it could be anything on life, your attitude. What is at stake? If I give it up at this point, what is the aftermath? What is the after effect? अगर मैंने ये अभी छोड़ दिया, if I give up this at this point, मेरे at what cost? क्या cost पे मैं छोड़ दूंगा? Ask that. Suppose if you, let's take the mental health thing. If you have been successful in getting rid of your worrying nature, and you're trying to be happy and calm and all, as I said, on the 16th day you just crashed, then you feel, no, this is what I am, I will continue with this. Think about it. Those 15 days, how was your family, your children, your parents, how were they feeling? Were they in a better position? That change in you, the change in your habit, the change in your behavior, what was the impact of that change on your near and dear ones? Was it positive? Was it negative? You'll see that the change, the positive change that you brought in yourself definitely had a good impact and a positive impact on your near and dear ones. So do you want to continue that or you want to give up? You will have your answer on your own. Same thing with exercising and eating wrong food. 2 weeks you completely go on a proper diet. You don't eat wrong things. But one day, you go to a friend's place, party is going on. You just can't control and you just get into eating, overeating, drinking, whatever the party food is. And then you say, no, I don't want to get into diet mode again because it's something that I'm punishing myself. These thoughts are very normal. They just come in. I don't want to punish. I've got one life, my body. I love the way it is. Yes, some excuses people give when they don't want to exercise or when they don't want to diet. But ask that question. Was I in a better health? Was my health in a better condition when I was exercising, when I was following the diet? What was the impact of that work or that habit that I was cultivating on my personal health and my near and dear ones? How was my family directly getting affected? Because if the child is obese or the child has to lose weight, definitely the parents are going to get affected, right? Affected in the sense they will, of course, I don't want the parents to worry, but they need to, the child need to understand that parents are looking at the better side. Because if you are overweight, eventually you will get into some complications in future, right? Even doctors say the lifestyle, it's a lifestyle disease, they say. It could be blood pressure, it could be diabetes, it could be anything. And they say you change your lifestyle. But when it comes to changing the lifestyle, please understand it is just not the physical lifestyle that you have to change. It is the mental lifestyle also you have to change. So ask that question. When I was in the process of changing my physical lifestyle, was my health, my body health not in a better position? Was my mental health not in a better position? If the answer is no, then you can continue. But I'm sure the answer is yes, which is where you could continue for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So whenever you come to a situation in life where you feel that you're giving up, you want to give up this habit, or you want to give up the work that you're doing on yourself, this question: what was the impact of this on myself and my near and dear ones. Again, going back to lifestyle, yes. We talk about lifestyle diseases and everything. So since we're talking about changing habits, let's get into the correct way of changing. Let's not just change the physical lifestyle. Let us change the mental lifestyle. Today, doctors are saying that so many diseases are psychosomatic. Even a toothache. I've met people where the toothache was due to some psychosomatic reason. That girl was into so much of, I wouldn't call depression. It was more of anxiety and loneliness. Like she was not able to communicate, and there were so many things going on in her mind, which is where her tooth started paining. And she went to the doctors. The doctor said there is nothing wrong with the tooth. They took the X-ray, they did everything. Then the doctor asked that girl that what is the problem? Then she broke down. It was all emotions. The baggage of emotions was creating pain in her tooth. Now tell me what it is. It is just not the physical body that is, or your physical organs that are causing you pain. It is the mental stress. So let's take a pledge today. Let's just not change the physical lifestyle. Let's change the lifestyle, lifestyle mentally also. Let's start working on ourselves. Try and be positive throughout the day. Adapt to that growth mindset that we have been talking and hearing about. Let's just not be rigid and keep that ego of what I say is right, always true. No, we all are imperfect human beings. We are human beings. We are not human doings. So when we are human beings, we are evolving on a daily basis. Let us accept that fact and change our thinking for the good. Once the way we change, once we cultivate good thinking habits, automatically our physical habits of, getting rid of addiction, getting into a healthier body will automatically fall in place. So all I suggest is let's start the positive change or cultivating good habits from the mind. Whatever thing, what it could be, any habit that you identify, which you want to work, which you want to get rid, or you want to grow. Identify, and then the physical part also comes in place, and it falls equal. It just falls in place. You don't have to work hard. So friends, again, I'm reminding 10th October is a mental awareness day. Please reach out to someone whom you think really needs help, or who needs to be heard. If you think that you have a friend who is going through a difficult phase or a challenging situation in his or her life, talk to them. At sometimes, when you talk to them, they are able to unburden themselves. वो अपना मन हल्का कर देते हैं. कोई भी अगर आपको लगे going through a difficult phase, please उनके साथ बात करके reach out to them. Make somebody happy, And the saying goes, if you make somebody happy, खुशी तो आपको अपना ऐसे ही मिल जाएगी. So let's take an understanding. आज करते हैं, एक चीज करते हैं. लिख लीजिए, what are the physical habits that you want to cultivate, and what are the physical habits that you want to get rid of, and what are the mental habits that you want to grow, and what are the mental habits you want to get rid of. फिर everything will, short term goal set करना है, monitoring करना है on a daily basis, weekly basis. Be patient. See, as I said, any change is possible. You have to be very patient, very compassionate with yourself. Gradually होगा. It cannot be done overnight, right? Overnight कुछ भी नहीं होगा. Only thing is discipline रखना है. Don't give up, because every time you feel that you want to give up, just ask at what cost? What were the benefits? How was the change that I was bringing in myself, helping myself and my near and dear ones? And ye chote chote questions, when you ask yourself, now you will get the answers and you will get the motivation that you need to cultivate good habits in your life. Yeah. Friends, any questions, anything you want, please put it in the comment section. These will be answered, and I will see you next week. Till then, bye-bye.